Good evening and namaste. Welcome to the UHV 1 session 4. So, we are having this eSIP session, the follow-up of Students Development Program. And we have completed 13 sessions which covered all the proposals. And now we are here today to have an overall sum up of what we have done in the 13 weeks and also to go on with the future program and how to take it up in future. So before that, we would have done this home assignment. In the last session, we discussed about the harmony in nature, understanding our roles in ensuring the harmony in nature. And these are some of the assignment which has been given. Like you are asked to go on with some of the activities or projects that can be contributed or that can contribute to the harmony in nature. And we have also seen what is the current issues in nature, like the pollution, resource depletion, or global warming. And with those current issues, what do you think? Are these natural occurrences or it's because of lack of right understanding in us? So this is something which has been asked, where we have asked to verify it for ourselves. And as a human being, what is the role that we have to play in nature? We have also seen about how is that we have the influence or the effect on the nature. How is that we are contributing to the harmony in nature? And what is your take on that? Do we have a role to play to develop the harmony in nature? At least in the sense, we don't disturb the harmony which is already there among the other orders. And we can also ponder on isn't it our role to make the right utilization of the physical facility? Because you know what? All the physical facilities, all the things that we are using, where are the raw materials coming from? Isn't it from the nature? Isn't it from the units in the nature? So unless or otherwise we are able to make the right utilization of the physical facility, isn't it like we are exploiting the nature? So we do also have to ponder on that. And also, don't we have a role to evolve a way of living so that we are able to ensure the harmony with nature? So these are the assignments for the previous session. And I hope we would have done it. And you are always welcome to share your reflections if you have any on this. So, as to proceed further, looking into the sum up of our session and the future program. So let us try to understand this. We, as an individual, we have certain aspirations and concerns. And when we try to look into our aspirations, then we did all the processing like what is that I want to have And ultimately, what is the basic aspiration of every one of us? That is how we started with. So when we look into the basic aspiration, and that term to be the having the continuity of happiness and prosperity. And that is at the level of my individual, right? So I'm a part of the family, and the families are the part of the society. So it's that when we try to understand what is the human goal that is needed at each level of existence, then the things which are given over here, the yellow box. So those are the things which were identified as the human goal at different levels of existence. And who is responsible to realize the human goal? Isn't I? Isn't you? And isn't we? Aren't we responsible for the realization of human goal? What do you think? See, when we started to understand our basic aspiration, and we can see that we started with I, we tried to understand ourselves, and then we moved on with the feelings, then society and nature. So it's like we need to understand in developing ourselves and also to participate in contributing to the development of the society, isn't it? See the picture which is shown on the right, which seems to be our current state, where every one of us generally focus on the physical facility. And this is termed as the animal consciousness, because when you see an animal, it's enough that if the animal is going to have the food, it will be comfortable. And when we look into ourselves, just having the food or the physical facility is not going to make us feel comfortable always. When I say that, I want to ensure the continuity of happiness for every moment. When I want to ensure the continuity of prosperity for every moment. So the continuity is possible only when I am able to understand, only when I am able to have this right understanding in me, having the relationship with the other human being, and to ensure the required physical facility. So this is the transformation process. This is the thing that has to happen in us. And this is how the society right now is, the inhuman society, where I can see that the families in the society are not able to ensure the feeling of relationship with them. Instead, we have the gross misunderstanding or the assumption that, for example, at the level of an individual, I have this misunderstanding that money is everything. So when I have this assumption that money is everything, and the more I have the money, then the more my happiness will be. So this is an assumption, and when I have this, then I will be having this obsession for consumption, for profit, and for sensual pleasure. We can just check for ourselves. Do we have such kind of assumption in us? When Why is that I have opted for particular course, particular college? Do I have this assumption that after completing this degree, I'll be having a well settled life, which means that I'll be paid high, which in turn leads to this assumption that the more I earn, I'll be more happy. Do we have such kind of assumptions? But when we have such kind of assumption that money is everything, then what we start to do, we start to accumulate it by any means. So this generally happens, right? I try to, wherever my focus is, I try to go, put on my efforts towards it. So I try to accumulate it by any means. And even this accumulation is possible only in few individuals. So again, it's something which is related to the obsession for the consumption, profit. And when I look at the level of a society, then what happens? A group of people or few individuals are able to have this accumulation by any means. Whereas even though the others wanted to accumulate, they are not able to do it. So then there comes this domination, the exploitation, the fear in the society, and which may even lead to this terrorism and war, isn't it? Then we can also see why is that there is this kind of uh, the war kind of scenario which is happening. Isn't it because of the domination, the exploitation and fear in the society? And what happens is, when I have this assumption of money is everything, and the more I have the money, the more the happiness that I'm going to ensure, then I obviously tend to exploit the nature. I try to become the master of the nature. I try to exhibit this mastery and exploitation over the nature, which obviously leads to this resource depletion, pollution, and all the issues that we are having right now. So, this is what is happening, right? So, whenever the individuals, even though we do have uh, the same basic aspiration for every one of us, but with certain kind of assumptions, then I tend to have this different or opposing goals from each other. Then it creates a inhuman society, which is actually not a society. It's a kind of the crowd or battlefield, isn't it? So this is the current state. And what is needed? I want to transform this inhuman society to a human society. And that is the transformation process, where I shift my focus from physical facility to the larger, broad view of ensuring the right understanding in me, getting to know about the relationship, and also ensuring the required physical facility for me and for my family. So when I'm able to understand this, then that is termed as, or that is called as the human consciousness. Because as we discussed, physical facility alone is not sufficient for me. Physical facility alone cannot ensure continuous happiness in me. I also need to focus on the relationship with other human beings and also the right understanding in myself. Are we able to see this? So, what are the impact or outcomes of this transformation or the progress. So we can have this human society which is given in the yellow box. So I'll be able to have the right understanding and right feelings in me. So I'll be able to ensure happiness. So when I'm able to understand that physical facility is needed, but along with physical facility, I also need to ensure the relationship with other human beings, then I can also see that I do need to have, or I do need to ensure prosperity at my family. So I will make correct effort for the same. So if every family is going to ensure this prosperity in them, then there will not be any kind of domination or exploitation or fear, which ensures the fearlessness or trust in the society. And if every one of us have this right understanding, knowing about the harmony, then we will be able to ensure the coexistence, that is the mutual fulfillment at the level of nature. So this is what the overall role of education is. And how to achieve this? All this can be achieved by the human education that we are going through. So when the human education is based on values, when we have the value education, then that will lead to the personal transformation, and the personal transformation will lead to the societal transformation. And that is what our need is. And that will be the complete solution for all the concerns that we are having at the level of the society. We can check it. Like in the first session, we do have given out what are the concerns, what are the different concerns that you have. And some of the concerns would be at the level of the society. And you can check it now whether when the human education provides all of these things, transforming the human being from animal consciousness to human consciousness, transforming an inhuman society to a human society, transforming the individuals who are having different or opposing goals into the family based society with common goal. If all of these things are being achieved by the human education, which ensures the personal transformation in every one of us, then will we be able to ensure harmony at all the levels? We can ponder upon this. And in between, if you have any reflections, then you are welcome to do so. You can either reflect in the chat or you can share it up. So this is the journey that we had. This is how we started with. We first tried to understand our aspirations, concerns, then we went on with the basic human aspiration and how to fulfill it, the program for fulfillment of basic human aspiration. And these are the realities which are underlying with the sessions. So when we started with the basic human aspiration and its fulfillment, we are checking on the reality of human consciousness and understanding the harmony at human being. Then we had this fulfillment of aspiration at individual level, which is nothing but the harmony in human being. Resolution of concern at individual level, where we are seeing the reality of self and to ensure the harmony in self. Then we also talked about or discussed about harmony between the self and body, which is nothing but ensuring health and what can be a definite program for health, the self-regulation part. Then we moved on to the family level, where we had we were discussing about the relationship which had 9 definite feelings, starting with trust. We tried to understand how to resolve our anger, irritation, fear, how to shift from the reaction to a response, how to shift from differentiation to complementaritiness, how to ensure complementaritiness. Then finally, it's like how to go on with excellence rather than being competitive to each other. So, all of these things are something to do with the reality at the level of family. And then we moved on with the society, trying to understand our role in the society, which talked about the harmony in society. And finally, trying to understand our role contributing towards harmony in nature. So, which talked about the harmony in nature. And this is our journey. This is the journey that we were undergoing in the follow-up sessions. And this is what the universal human value is. Human values are nothing but the participation of us for the harmony in larger order. So I'm an individual. I'm at the level of individual being. And I'm this coexistence of self. I'm the coexistence of the two realities, self and body. So at the level of self, it's the thing that I need to develop the understanding of harmony. So whenever I talk about this reality of self, then the right understanding has to happen in me, has to happen at the level of self, which basically means that I need to understand harmony and I need to have this feeling of harmony in me, feeling of relationship in me. So, which is nothing but the right feelings. So, right understanding and right feelings. If I'm able to ensure this at the level of myself, then I can see that I'll be able to have this continuity of happiness in me. When I go on with the body, I'm a coexistence of self and body. So it's my responsibility to take care of the body, which is what we generally term as the self-regulation. I have this feeling of self-regulation towards my body in ensuring the health and ensuring the right utilization of my body. So if I'm able to make these things up, then I'll be able to ensure the harmony at the level of my individual. So it's like when I'm able to ensure this happiness in me, then I can extend the same to my family members. So the level of the family is basically the sharing of the feeling of harmony. And also to ensure the prosperity in the family. Are we able to say this? So when I'm able to ensure happiness in me, when I'm able to ensure the prosperity at the level of the family, then I'll be able to participate in the harmony in the society, which basically means that ensuring the fearlessness, ensuring the trust, ensuring that there is no domination in the families, ensuring there is no exploitation of few families or few people over the other. So if every family is able to ensure, if every individual human being is able to ensure this happiness by developing the right understanding and right feelings, then the individuals in the family they'll be able to have this right feelings and understanding towards prosperity, and they will be able to ensure prosperity at the family. So what do you think? When the families are able to ensure this prosperity in them, when the individuals in the family are able to ensure the right understanding in them, then won't they contribute for the harmony in the society? Won't they create a society, a human society with trust? Won't they participate in order to ensure the harmony? So, with all this, then the entire nature or every human being will be participating to maintain the harmony in the nature and existence. Are we able to say this? So, this is what I want. This is what you want. This is what every human being wants at the different level of existence. So, what is the program of action? How can I ensure this? How can I see that every individual is going to ensure happiness in them? How can I see that every family are going to ensure prosperity? How is that the society will be trustful? So this is, or this can be one of the program of action at the level of an individual. So what I need to do, I need to understand harmony and to live in harmony. See, I as an individual human being, I will make an effort for something which I feel very valuable. So what is valuable to me? I want to live with happiness. I want to live without any confusions in me. I want to ensure comfortability in me at all the moments. So when I want to go on with this, then one of the program can be to understand it and to live with it. So I try to understand harmony and to live in harmony at all the levels of being. So I will start with myself, extend it to the family, society, and existence. And this is nothing but an holistic human world vision. Like this will develop an holistic vision. So when I say developing an holistic human world vision, it also requires skills to live accordingly. So have the right understanding of harmony, try to put it into our living, and we do need skills to do it. So develop these skills and live accordingly. So coming to the societal level, so this is one of the program where we can take up this content as people's education program for adults. So we try to ensure that people will be developing or every individual will be developing the right understanding and right feelings, which will include all the people in the society, the parents, teachers, policymakers, everyone, the people in a village, the people in a particular society. So this is one of the things which we can do and which is also happening. Like as you have the students development program, we do have the faculty development program where the content is being shared with the faculties. And I hope almost every faculty in your institute or most of the faculties in your institute would have gone through at least one or two FDPs. And you know what? Your teachers are also parents. So it's like the parents, teachers, they would have gone through this FDP at least once. And the second is the education Sanskar program for students and children. So again, the main focus is to ensure that people develop this clarity of right understanding and right feeling, so that we are able to ensure a definite human contact and to develop the competence to participate in the universal human order. So this education sanskar program basically includes the courses uh, to be added up in the academic curriculum, giving up the socially relevant projects and conducive environment to the students so that they can explore the content. And I hope most of you would have or will be doing this projects, socially relevant projects. And when you go on with the human society, so this is what the human goal is. And we want to ensure. So this is what we want to have. We want to ensure, and all the programs stated here is to attain this human goal. So it's like you do start with individuals or families, then it can be taken up to the family cluster, village cluster, state, nation, and it's going to spread worldwide to the world family order. And this is a tentative time period. Like when we go on with this people education program, let us say that a single person takes 10 years to develop this right understanding and right feeling in them. So what happens? I mean, in the 20th year, he or she can train or he or she can give out these proposals, doing all the exercises that we have. So he or she can develop 10 more persons with right understanding and right feelings. So over the next 100 years, there will be 1,000 crore of people who would have developed the right understanding and feelings in them. So, but when we go on with this education sanskar program, so it will hardly take 20 to 50 years. The thing is, we generally spend about 18 to 24 years in our education. If this value or the is made as a part of the education, then we'll be able to reach this 1,000 crores. Like it's an approximate value. Like when we look into the overall population of the world, if it is approximately say 850 crores, then it's a rough calculation of how long will it take to reach each and every individual so that they can ensure this right understanding and right feelings in them. And when you look into the history of this universe or the world, 100 years is not going to be, is not a very long time, right? So when we go on with the education sanskar, then it's possible to reach everyone within 20 to 50 years because every one of us goes through the education program. But if we take at the level of a society, then it will be possible for us to cover up the entire population within 10 to 20 years. So this is a way of or a program of action that can be carried out at the level of a society. So what is my role in taking up this? So all of you have done with your students development program, and that is how you are being connected with this follow-up session. So this is one of the way. We can be regular to the meeting, and we can also make our faculty members and students to join. We can also do the projects relevant to a social thing. I mean, projects which are trying to impact the society in a positive way. And I hope you will be having a 3 credit course on UHV2 in your next 4 coming semesters. So this is the next step, right? I have understood what my need is. Now my step is to understand harmony and to live with it at all the levels. And this is what we also want. We also want to have the understanding and live in harmony. So all the very best from the team, from all those who are working for their right understanding and right feelings. So with this, a basic program of action for every one of us in ensuring the right understanding and right feeling has been shared. And with this, if you have any questions or reflections to be done, you can do it now. Any reflections or sharings? And if not, we have completed the UHV1 module and we will meet you again on next Wednesday with the next sessions. So namaste and thank you everyone.